I worked the night shift at a small apartment complex. 6 floors, old building, thin walls. My job was simple. Watch the cameras, write down anything unusual, lock the front door at 2 a.m. Most nights, nothing happened. The security room was a small space behind the lobby. 1 desk, 4 monitors, a cheap electric heater that never worked. Camera 1 showed the front door. 2 and 4 were the stairwells. Camera 3 watched the 5th floor hallway. The 5th floor was supposed to be empty. Every apartment up there was vacant. That was what the manager told me. On the 4th night, something looked off. At 2:01 a.m., the motion alert for camera 3 lit up. I checked the screen. The hallway was empty. No doors opening. No people, just the ceiling lights flickering. The alert cleared after a few seconds. I wrote it down as a false alarm. It happened again the next night. Same camera, same hallway. Still no one there. On the 6th night, I went back through the recordings. I scrubbed through the 5th floor footage from midnight to 4 a.m. Most of it was nothing. Gray walls, closed doors, static. Then, for one frame, I thought I saw something at the far end of the hallway. A dark shape, half hidden behind the corner. When I paused and zoomed in, it turned into a mess of pixels. It could have been anything. I told myself it was just noise. Old cameras do that. When I opened the motion alert log, something finally bothered me. Every entry from camera 3 was stamped with the same time, 3:12 a.m. Not 3:10, not 3:20. Always 3:12 a.m. Every night that week. The hallway looked empty, but the camera kept saying there was movement. On the 7th night, I decided to watch it live. At 3:10 a.m., I put camera 3 on the big monitor. I turned off the lights in the security room and waited. The hallway on the screen was dead quiet. Exit sign glowing red at the end. Doors closed. Nothing moving. 3:11. Nothing. 3:12. The motion alert icon flashed. Someone walked in from the right edge of the frame. Slow steps, hands at their sides, head slightly tilted down. They stopped at the very end of the hallway, facing away from the camera. From where I was sitting, it looked like a man in dark clothes. No details, just a tall shape. I checked the building log. No one had entered or left the 5th floor that night. No keys signed out, no visitors. When I looked back at the screen, the picture glitched. For less than a second, the whole image broke into blocks of color. When it cleared, the figure was closer, still turned away, still not moving. I froze the frame and leaned in toward the monitor. The timestamp said 03:12:09. At first, I thought my eyes were playing tricks. There was the figure at the end of the hall, but in the reflection of the floor, just barely visible, there was a second shape, standing right behind me, in the doorway of the security room. checked the hallway in real life. I stepped out of the room, looked up the stairwell, walked to the 5th floor. The corridor was empty. No footsteps, no doors open, no one breathing in that stale air. When I went back down, the recording had restarted. The alert log said, "Camera 3, connection lost at 3:12. The manager told me the 5th floor cameras had always been a little unstable. He said not to worry about it. I quit at the end of the week. The footage is still on the server. If you pause it at 3:12 and 9 seconds, you can see the shape at the end of the hall. Maybe it is just noise, but every time I watch it, it looks a little closer, and the reflection looks a little clearer.